Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday in July. Don't we just love summer in Colorado? I wish it would never end, just because it has so much to offer in the outdoors and the weather, except for our night at the Rockies when it decides to rain and downpour right over top of us. But nonetheless, it was still a great evening for our agents to connect with their clients and just have a great time all the way around. So my name is Todd Moyer, head of marketing for Coldwell Banker here in Colorado. And today's session that we're going to go through is the market reports. And this is going to be either a refresher for those that have seen this already, or it's going to be brand new for anyone that obviously hasn't gone through it yet. So no new material is going to be presented on this. We are working on the actual quarterly report, and we are fine-tuning some of that, which is actually going to be a print version as well as an online version and a flip book version. But if you were coming to this class in hopes that the quarterly report would be available and we would be going through that today, that is not going to be the case. So instead, we'll go through the market report and the area report, and I will demonstrate on how that can be set up and sent to your clients. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to the NRT Gateway. Okay, so if you're following along, be sure to go to the NRT Gateway website, which is where you would otherwise go to all kinds of stuff. Here it is on the screen now. And once you're logged in to the NRT Gateway, I'm going to have you go to the Market Report button. Okay. On my screen, it happens to be right here in the middle. Yours is probably different depending on how your buttons are all situated. So click on the Market Report button. And just so you know, this is a great way to connect with your clients on a regular basis, particularly those clients that are that you're working with that you know they're in a certain they're interested in whether selling or buying in a certain area, and creating these reports positions you as the market expert. Okay, so you being their real estate agent, it puts you in front of them on a regular basis. It also positions you, as I said, as the resident expert. Now, let me just kind of also include the fact that, as you all hopefully know, we have what is called the AVP. And every single month we send out on your behalf and make available for your clients on your behalf a non-real estate related event of sorts. So we just had the Night of the Rockies, we have sweepstakes, we have all kinds of stuff that gives you a meaningful reason to call your clients, reach out to your clients, email your clients on things that are completely non-real estate related. And we do that for a reason, obviously. We want it set up where you can call them and invite them to take part in an event or take part in a drawing, or the July AVP that we just launched was all about our top positioning in the marketplace, whether it be on a national level, we're number one in America, or number one in the luxury market, or number one in the social media sector of the world. So it gives you just a nice reason to reach out to your people on a regular basis. That is the AVP, and that automatically goes out on your behalf through New Panda. Okay. This market report is also a benefit of the AVP. Okay, so it's a benefit of the AVP. We added it into the AVP this year. It's an additional cost to the company. In fact, an additional cost of $50 per agent for the market reports. It didn't affect you in any way other than here's another way to reach out to your clients. Okay, so hopefully all of you have made it to the gateway, you've made it to the market report, and as I was rambling about why this is significant to you, we have the AVP monthly that goes out, non-real estate related. You asked for real estate information specific, so now we have created this as an email that you can send out to your specific clients. So whether they're in a certain marketplace, or in some cases you can also send out a blast on specific market data that that you may want to consider for all of your sphere. I would be careful though on that. You do not want to take, I don't think, it's up to you, but I don't think you want to take your new Panda sphere list and upload it into this system. Okay, you don't want to do that because this is not designed to just be blasting people with data that they may have no interest in, and these are very specific to certain markets and areas. Okay, so let's start out. I want you to go to the top right hand corner right here, top right hand corner where your name is. Your photo may or may not be there depending on whether or not you've edited your profile or not, and or if a feed with your photo has come in. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on profile. And we're going to set up your profile. The grayed out area, grayed out fields are coming in as a feed from Trident, so you can't change those. But if you want to change the way your name is displayed in your reports, which I'll show you what that looks like shortly here, this is where you can change that here. So if you have a preferred name versus your formal name that's on your license and coming in through the Trident feed, you would change that here under preferred name. You'll want to certainly put the designation as far as you're an independent sales associate or broker associate, etc. And then your phone number and contact information. Of course, we have your email address coming in from the Trident feed, but if you want to override that and use your real email address that you prefer, go ahead and put that in the field as well. Website address, etc. Don't worry about the field that states this field about your license number. That's specific to the California marketplace. And in the event that your photo's not already there, you would certainly go in and click on Attach File. It'll open up where your photo would be on your hard drive. Okay, and then you simply click Attach, and you go from there. Okay. All right. So that's kind of scrolling through your profile that we're going to set up. Can I grab a bottle of water quick? And so what we're going to do here is set up the your social media links, if you will, that will appear in your signature line on these reports. So in the event that you have a Twitter feed, certainly, or Twitter account, go ahead and put your Twitter information in there. LinkedIn, same there as far as your LinkedIn profile. And then Facebook, etc. So you're going to want to go ahead and make sure these fields are filled out. Otherwise, the little icons won't appear in your signature block of the report that we're creating for you. Okay. If you have, if obviously most probably don't have a blog, but if you want to use the company's blog, I would recommend typing in Colorado Home Style, coloradohomestyle.com. In the blog URL, and then our Pinterest account. If you're not really active in Pinterest or don't want to have to deal with Pinterest but want to have a Pinterest presence, go ahead and use the pinterest.com/CB Colorado, and we will take good care of you on that front. So let me go ahead and I'll quick open up in a different field what our Colorado Homestyle blog looks like in the event that you haven't been there. It's chocked full of good content, and it is all done on your behalf, whether it's videos, whether it's news articles, and it's all just a direct link right from your signature block, and we'll take care of it for you. One other thing that I'll share with you, it's kind of a side note, you may get all kinds of fun to use tips along the way, but In the event that you ever want to use any of this information in your social media, feel free, because we are constantly providing new information here. And what you would do is click on the article, okay, and then I believe you scroll over it. And typically, when you scroll over it, it'll have a social media little icon or series of icons that pop up. Maybe I need to go back to the article itself. On the home page, and I know I'm getting off topic quickly here, but I wanted to just share with you how you do that. You know what? Actually, it may not work on a Mac, and I am on a Mac, so maybe the difference is the Mac. But if you're on a PC, you should be able to roll over the article, and then you should be able to share this article on your social media, so whether it's your Facebook or whatever you want to do there. So, but for some reason, as I look through here, and I don't know if it has to do with a Mac, but maybe so, I don't know. Do a right click? Yeah, doesn't really help me there. Okay, all right, so I'm getting off course. But so back to your profile, okay? And let me just quick show you what your Pinterest could look like if you wanted to use our company Pinterest account, which I would recommend because it's chock full of good images and photos and all kinds of interesting information and content for you to further utilize if you want to. So again, pinterest.com/CBRB Colorado, and then all of your own personal social media profiles is what you'd want to use in these different fields. Okay, so that is to get you set up with your social media. We're going to go ahead, and there are a number of different preview or layouts that you can use. If you click on the preview layout, this is how these are the different headers. Okay, so the image that would appear in the report that we're creating, these are the images you can select from. My profile just happens to have the nice summary backyard that looks really sharp. You could do the interior of a living room, or something along these lines. In particular, you can use seasonal images and so forth. Okay, mountains and lakes and flowers and all that. So that is where you select from the menu which layout you want to use as far as the header goes. Okay. Now here is where the copy is all boilerplated in. So it's already templated in there as far as the different pieces of the report as it pertains to what's relevant to the report as far as the copy. So the area report, the intro, I'll show you what that looks like shortly here. You can certainly edit this information as you like, but the one thing I would highly recommend you not do is change the character count too much. Okay, we have it set up nicely for you that 550 characters in the intro is just right, so it doesn't start to bleed into other areas of the report, or it doesn't get too lengthy, etc. So if you're going to change it in here, you can either go have less characters, or try to stay as close to that 550 mark or that 438 mark, or whatever, whichever one you're working on. I wouldn't go too far beyond the actual characters that we've already set it for you. You can certainly go in, as I said, and change the copy as you like, make it more specific to you, or personalize it in whatever manner you want. But again, don't mess with the copy as far as the number of characters. Okay. All right. Reality check. You can integrate reality check into your market reports if you want to. I would recommend that you keep reality check separate as a new Panda blast and not get involved with that. Okay, so you've made your edits and changes and have made your enhancements to your profile. Just one little tidbit down here, just make sure that you're in the correct time zone, being Mountain time zone. That way when it goes out, you're not sending it out at 3 in the morning, but rather the local time zone when you have it set up there. Okay, so all the changes that you just made here, go ahead and click on Save, and that gets you all set up with your profile. Okay, the next thing that we're going to work on. Any questions for anybody out there? Or are we looking good? Looking good. Thumbs up. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is click on Contacts. I want you to set up yourself as a contact here in the system that we're working on. Okay, I'm going to actually go ahead and delete all these. And I'm going to set up a new contact. And as I said, what I want you to do, being that you have not sent anything out and that you're new to this, in the event that you're new to this system, I would recommend setting yourself up as a contact. So we're going to click on New. Okay, we're in Contact. We're going to click on New, and then we're going to type in your personal name, okay, and your personal email address. Here's one thing that you're welcome to do, and that is personalize the cover salutation. So you can add their first name, you can add Mr. Moyer, you can add whatever you want that there, and this is kind of where that would apply. If you scroll over the little question mark, it'll show you how that's going to appear. Okay. All right. So and then put in your email address that you want this report that we're creating for you. Okay, your sample report. You're going to want to put in your own personal email address. And the reason I want you to set up your own contact, yourself as a contact, is because I want you to, we're going to generate a report that you're going to send out to yourself for a period of time and get it up and running and looking sharp, and you're accustomed to how it works and what it looks like before you go live and send it to your clients. Hopefully that makes sense. Versus setting up your entire database or your specific clients and then sending this thing out without your knowledge on that. Okay, I will say though, make sure that you always copy yourself on the reports that you create, so that way you're getting the report the same time your clients are. Okay, so this record was created. We're going to go ahead and click cancel. And here we are. Here is the contact, which should be yourself, that we just created. You can always edit it as you like, and you can check out the profile, the details of this client, that contact, and then of course trash it if you want to. Okay, so that's your contact. We set yourself up as a contact, and now we're going to create a market report. Okay, so click on Market Report, and then you're going to create a new market report. Okay, and what I want you to do is name the market report. Why don't we do Highlands Ranch Demo? You're going to select whatever one you want to name it as. Okay, I would recommend you name it a demo. That way you know this is to you specifically. Okay, then we're going to select the contact. We're going to select the contact that you just created, okay? And there, you'll see it here. I want you to select the frequency to every day, okay? One a day. So you're going to be receiving this starting tomorrow, every single day, okay? And then, as far as you can decide whether it's a buyer or a seller, however you want to go there. And then you can go back as far as 365 days. I'm going to go about 90 days back on the amount of data that we're going to pull specific to this report we are creating. Okay. Copy agent. This is where I was saying earlier, you're going to want to make sure that you always copy yourself on this report so that you know you're getting it at the same time your clients would be. Okay. So then the other thing I want you to do is, if you roll over here where the little question mark is, it says market area. My suggestion would be to copy whatever the area is that you're creating this report for. Obviously it's going to say Highlands Ranch Demo in the real report that you send out eventually to your clients. You don't want to put demo in there, but just for the sake of what we're doing here, on the top of the report, It will name it as such. Okay. Some of the other things that you're going to want to make sure that you do. Here's the what the salutation is going to say, or what the subject line is going to have. So market report from Todd Moyer to Todd Moyer. So it's obviously going to be different once you set up a contact in that space. That's different than you, since we set you up as the contact. Okay, everybody got me there? Good. Here is the description intro. This is not set up currently for you. We thought you would want to create your own intro description. So I'm going to type in, please check out, or please, what do I want to say? Please have a look at this really interesting market report. I thought you might enjoy. Okay. All right. So where that is going to appear, roll over the little question mark, and you'll see it. It appears right below your photo. Okay. So that's what we're going to set up for you there. All right, so that's some of the little intricacies that we're going to get out of the way, and now, or not out of the way, but established, I guess. Now what we're going to do is we're going to click on Edit, and we're going to go in and identify the market space that you want to create, okay, or hone in on. Okay, so what you can do is you can create a address. So if you have a property address that you want to enter, whether it's your personal listing or personal property, whether it's an existing listing or property, you would simply type in the address, okay, and then decide what the radius is going to be. Or if you have an MLS number specific of a property that you want to hone in on a specific area that you are sharing this report with your clients on, type in the MLS number and then the radius as well. Okay, put that right in here. What I'm going to do, and then of course there's all kinds of different criteria that you can select specific to the data or the information on properties that you would be pulling from, okay, or pulling on. So what I think, so that's pretty straightforward stuff, right? You just enter the address, or you enter the MLS number, decide your radius, and then any additional, whether you want the solds and the price of the solds, active, under contract, all the data you want to pull in from the feed that we're getting, okay, which comes directly from the MLSs in all marketplaces along the Front Range, okay? So what I want to do, though, is get a little bit more specific. And I'm going to hone in on a specific marketplace or area that I want to send to my client because they happen to be interested in this particular area, right? So the Briarwood Avenue neighborhood. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on, whether it be the rectangle, the circle, or the polygon. In this case, I'm going to click on the rectangle. And then what I'm going to do is you're going to click your mouse button and release your mouse button. So you're going to click it once and release it, and then you can drag your mouse and decide how far into this specific marketplace that we are going to gather the data from. So I'm going to say this is my Highlands Ranch sub area, whatever the case may be, okay? All right, so that is the market area that we're going to be specific to. When you do that and you click OK, here comes all the data specific to, in this case it's MetroList, but we have Pikes Peak and Iris as well. Okay. So what happens, here comes all the data. Here are all the different properties that are in listings in the specific area relative to the criteria that we've selected. Okay. If you want to get more detail, you click on the little double arrow down, drop down, and you can go in and further grab more detail on specifics that if this is not detailed enough or granular enough for you. Okay. In this case, I'm just going to leave it as is. Click on OK. Here's the information that I pulled on, okay? Even though it's that definitely wasn't the Highlands Ranch area for sake of demo. This is what I called it as the sub area. And if you want to go back in and do a different area, click on clear and so on. So now what we're going to do is we're going to click on preview. And this is going to generate the report. And here's what the actual report is going to look like. Okay, here's the background photo that we shared with you that we set up in your profile. That's your layout. Okay, here's the contact your contact information. Here are all the little social media buttons that we worked on earlier. Here's the contact email address, your web address, and in the event, as I said earlier, in the event that you don't put any kind of social media linkage in those fields, those buttons simply would not appear. Okay, so in this case, it will link. Ooh, something is interesting there. I wonder what that's all about. I'll have to go check to see what my Facebook is. How about my LinkedIn? Yeah, so there's my LinkedIn. And then, of course, our blog that I shared with you earlier that you should consider using as a social media button to link out to. Okay, by all means. Here is the little salutation that I created. Please have a look at the really interesting market report I thought you might enjoy. That's where that appears, your photo, of course. And then here is the boilerplated, templated copy as far as the information that is already sitting there. That's where I asked or suggested that you not mess with the number of characters, because as you see here, 448 or 550 characters, whatever it may be, is just about right. I wouldn't change that. If you want to personalize it, you certainly may, but you should be good to go there. Okay. All right, so we're going to scroll down. There are 7 new property listings in the last 30 days. There were 10 that were recently sold, which is a nice little snapshot. It's talking about Colorado's real estate market has rebounded sharply. So this is all good information that's all done for you. It's just literally a matter of a few clicks. You decide where you want the market data to come from, and it just pulls in the information and generates this report, which is super clean, super informative, with all the various data that your client may be interested in. You can scroll over and roll over any one of these, and you should be able to link into the specific areas or properties that are being demonstrated here. Okay, stay on the screen. So then here's the local inventory. Okay, that comes in, current inventory. You can select any one of these. This is the detail of the property that comes in. It looks like it's your listing or your information that you're demonstrating, if you will. Of course, it is listed by one of our Coldwell Banker offices, but this is the full IDX as well. So it will pull any and all data and listings. And then as I scroll down, I don't know if I clicked on sold. I may have clicked on sold, but you'll get the sold data as well. And this is, again, good information specific to the marketplace. Okay. All right. So that is in essence what the report is going to look like. And that's where I clicked on preview, right? So I wanted to preview before I send it out. Now, in this case, I've got my contact set up, which is me. You're going to make sure the frequency is daily for you. When you set up your client eventually, you'll probably want to have it go out maybe once a week or every 2 weeks, depending on what you have agreed with your client. Okay. But the reason I want you to get this report daily starting tomorrow is because I want you to start experiencing and looking or seeing what it's going to look like. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to save and send. Okay. And it says it's going to take a few moments, but it's going to go ahead and send it out. Okay. And you should get it in your email. This is not my computer, so I'm not going to be able to open up my email to look at it. But momentarily, you'll be able to open the email that will be sent here shortly. Okay, and then from here you can send it again if you want. And this is going to be the report that was just sent. And it says that it was successfully sent. So in addition to the time that I just sent it a moment ago, it resent it when I clicked on that button. Okay, you can trash it, you can edit it, whatever you want to do there. Okay, so that is the market report. Now we're going to go to area report. Okay, any questions on market report from anybody? So, all right, no questions came through. Feel free to raise your hand or reach out to my lovely assistant, Katrina, who's standing by, anxiously awaiting any questions that make him bouncing into the question box. So, all right, so now we're on the area report, okay? And we are going to generate a new area report. So I'm going to say, what do we want to say? Kentley Hills area. So this is specific to a specific neighborhood in a sub area. Okay, I'm going to click on me as the contact. Okay, and then I'm going to say the Highlands Ranch area again, just for because. And when I click on that, I'm going to when I click in Highlands Ranch, I'm going to go find Kentley Hills, assuming it pulls in. Let's see if I can enter Kentley Hills. So I named the report. I'm going to go find Kentley Hills as a specific sub area. And let's see if it is able to pull that up. Guess not. So instead I'm going to just type in Highlands Ranch, and I'll go into the various areas that I am getting data for specific to that area. Okay, so I'll say the brownstones. Okay, and then you can add additional ones if you want. Okay, we'll do a couple. We'll do East Ridge as well. Okay, and you can keep adding them as you go. Okay, enabled. I'm not sure what does enabled mean. Copy agent, yes. Subject area, yes. And then from here we're going to preview it, and it's going to pull in the area report. Super easy, a matter of a few quick clicks. Here's the market report specific to the brownstones here in Highlands Ranch. The number of solds, it's all graphed out nicely, and it looks super sharp, chocked full of good information that your client that is looking at perhaps selling or buying in the brownstones or in East Ridge. Again, here's all the good information, data, real solid information that can be sent and generated on your behalf as the agent and the real estate expert in the marketplace. So that is basically the area report specific to an area. Okay, and then in this case we'll click on Save and Send. Okay, save and send. So there's your area report. Now, one thing I wanted to just jump back into in the market report. Okay, here's something that's really cool. Is that when the report is generated, my suggestion is that you, in addition to the email that you've created, I would copy and paste this URL. Okay, right here, and you could use this in your social media. Let's see, since I'm not on my computer, I have to log into my Facebook, and I don't really want to do that on this computer. But anyways, what you'll do is take that URL and copy, paste it, and put it in your timeline of your social media. And then it'll generate this report. It'll look super sharp right on your social media account. So do you want to, can I get into yours? Is it sitting here, your Facebook? Katrina might let me use her Facebook just so I can see what it looks like. Assuming that she's ready to, is it ready to log in, or do you have to go through it all? Yeah, you have to go through all the login, which, yeah, So put yours in. Yeah, sweet. So what we can do here is just paste that URL in here, and you would say great report to check out, yada yada yada. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is, since it's already pasted in there, I am going to delete it, but it will hold. Okay. And once you post it, I'm going to say friends only, but I'm going to delete it here in just a second, so it doesn't sit on your timeline. But there it is. There's the report. Looks super sharp. And then when you click on it, here it is. So if nothing else, also use it in your social media in addition to the email that you generated. And in some cases, you may want to just start sending, generating reports that you can use on social media in addition to the emails, okay, or separate of emails. Maybe you don't want to send out the email and you want to generate a report and use it for social media. It's chocked with good information that all you had to do was basically set up your profile and click, make a few clicks with your mouse, and before you know it, bam, you got these beautiful reports. Again, on behalf of you, and it is just a really nice added benefit that we have to offer as a part of your AVP program. So that is the market and area report. You can also, the quarterly report is coming. It's not ready yet, as I mentioned earlier. But then furthermore, you can go in and check out the analytics of these reports. Let's see if this has it. I'm not going to go into the details of it, but just go ahead and check or test this out once you start getting these emails coming, or once these emails start going out, because right now nothing has happened, right? So I just sent the one, but you'll be able to go in and check on the analytics of who opened it, when they opened it, what they do with it, and so forth. And that's where this is, Prospecting Tracker. That will allow you to generate the reports on who's done what and how with the reports that you start sending out. Okay, so that is the market report and the area report that is available to you as a part of the AVP. It's super intuitive, and it just really makes you stand out as the rock star as far as good market information. And it's very easy. It's a matter of going to the gateway and then clicking on the market report button once you go into the gateway. So in summary, that is the market report available to you. You simply go to the gateway, and it's again very easy to set up, and it makes you out to be the rock star agent that you are. So if you want to see how to do that again, we'll post this video up shortly, and then you'll be able to revisit it. But I would recommend just certainly getting in here into the market report and playing around with it on your own, setting yourself up as your own contact, and then start having a look at how the reports come through before you send it to your clients. So unless there's any questions or any feedback, that concludes this session of the market report for July.